evening, everybody, and welcome to the Archbishop Ryan Boys Basketball Network. Tonight, we are coming live from the campus of St. Joe's Prep at 17th and Girard in Philadelphia for tonight's opening PCL matchup between the Hawks from St. Joe's Prep and your Archbishop Ryan Raiders. This is Ted Westervelt, and I'll be bringing you the play-by-play. And at my side today, for the first time, welcome Anthony Magallanes. You'll recognize his voice. He was our on-court announcer for the last 3 years. Anthony, welcome.
Happy to be here, Ted. Really excited. Get a little bit different view of the game from up here. Really excited about, the PCL season getting underway.
We are way up top here at the, I believe it's called the Kelly Pavilion here on the campus at Speedy Morris Basketball Court. And Mags, one of the things, this season is one of the most anticipated seasons, I think, in Joe's 9 years. Just talk a little bit about the talent that we have here today.
Certainly one of the most anticipated in Joe's tenure and, to be frank, in school history. When you bring back the level of talent that this team returns from last year with Thomas Sorber, Darren Williams, as well with the experience of Rocco Morabito and Ryan Everett, Jaden Murray, it puts you at the head of favorites when it comes into winning the league. They're definitely one of the big dogs that are expected to be battling down at the Palestra, in mid-February, hopefully be able to bring the plaque back for the first time in school history.
Well, this is one of the matchups we've been looking forward to because, especially out of last year, St. Joe's Prep surprised everybody a little bit last year. They were kind of the darlings of the league. Not that they came out of nowhere, but a little bit. They came out of nowhere, and they defeated Archbishop Ryan 56-53 a year ago, and it kind of set a tone a little bit for Prep. They had a great season finishing fifth, Ryan finishing in third. Talk a little bit about tonight's matchup there.
No, definitely. Prep probably arrived a little bit ahead of schedule. They were real young last year, and I do think they caught some teams by surprise in terms of how quickly, all those guards were ready to really compete in the league. And they're definitely a team to look out for this year. Tonight, definitely going to be a power of wills. Ryan's definitely got the size advantage. But, Prep's going to look to push the tempo.
You talk about the size advantage. One of the things that Prep lost was Tristan Gillowett. He was their big center. He was their big guy in the middle of the field, in the middle of the court. Kind of the defense ran around him, and he was going to be the guy that was going to challenge Thomas Sorber. He's not eligible. He transferred to the George School because he lost PIAA eligibility. I think one of the keys to the game for Prep is going to be, are they going to be able to handle a hot Thomas Sorber?
Yeah, are they going to be able to, force tempo, get up and down, try to wear him down, not allow his size to be a factor? It's definitely going to be a tall task for them without Tristan.
Raiders coming in 5-4 in the non-league schedule, winning their last two. And in a historic game, in a game where we celebrated Thomas Sorber, who's headed to Georgetown next year. We celebrated his 1,000th point. He throws up 41, 19, and 9 blocks. What a line that he had.
Just a ridiculous night. We were actually watching it. I'm coaching at Holy Ghost Prep this year. I was watching a little bit of it on our way back from Benedictine last week. It was just an unbelievable performance by him.
So it's really, really good that Ryan got back in the winning ways. They had a tough trip. They had a real tough trip against tough competition in Florida at the City of Pines, which we've talked about. They went 2-1 down in Gonzaga and beat Penn Charter in the first game of the year. Prep, on the other hand, they're hot too. They won their tournament down in Tampa. They were at a Jesuit Invitational tournament, and Jordan Ellerby, one of their players, was a tournament MVP.
Yeah, they certainly play. They're playing a good brand of basketball right now, and they're looking rear and ready to go for PCL play.
We're going to stay live with the national anthem. And as we get ready for the start of the game and starting lineups, a couple players that we're going to keep in mind for our fans from St. Joe's is Jaron McKee. His father is Aaron McKee from the Philadelphia 76ers. Jaron McKee, great year last year, second team All-Catholic and second team All-State 6A. Olin Chamberlain, yes, he is a Chamberlain. He's a junior guard for them, and again, he's another scorer. And Matt Gorman, who shoots the lights out. He's a senior. So with McKee and Gorman, their outside game, I'm curious to see how Ryan handles that, and can they close them out and make it difficult for them not to get easy looks.
Yeah, and kind of anticipating Ryan coming out playing a little bit of zone due to the lack of size for the Prep, trying to find a matchup for Thomas. So it's really going to be a key to be able to close out and cover shooters in that zone.
For Archbishop Ryan starters, Matt Johnson, Darren Williams, Thomas Sorber, Jaden Murray, Rocco Morabito. Matt Johnson was hurt at the beginning of the season. Looks like he's getting an opportunity to at least start games off from the point. Talk about having a solid point guard or a steady point guard, how important that is.
It's just so pivotal, being able to get your team in and out of sets, being able to settle things down, when teams are trying to speed up tempo, just trying to make sure that you're staying true to yourself. Such a big thing for finding the right shots for the right guys, being able to have that point guard.
Well, it starts. Now the season begins. This is, like we said in the beginning, it can be possibly a historic season. The expectations are very high and should be. And I'm just really, really excited to get this season going.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Ted. This is my first time being able to see the team live this year. Just really excited to see, what they've got prepped for, again, a run through the gauntlet that is Philadelphia Catholic League basketball.
So from your experience, how much does revenge games matter, especially at this level, if at all?
I think year to year, not too much. I think you could see a little bit more of that when you get into postseason. And, during Joey's time with Ryan, they've certainly had, those big moments where maybe they drop a game to a team in the regular season and then they go in with that chip on their shoulder and knock guys off. A couple notable ones. A few years ago, they went into Archbishop Wood after losing to them in the regular season to advance to the Palestra. A few years before that, they went into Bishop McDevitt and knock them off in a revenge game. I think in the postseason, you really get those opportunities.
One of my favorite games of all time, it was the game that hooked me on this team. I was at that game, in that gym, at McDevitt. It was one of the signature wins of Joe's tenure.
Against all odds, man down, short bench. They found a way to win. And again, that revenge factor, I think it certainly played a hand that night.
Starters for Jason Harrigan, who's in his 4th season, and the Hawks is Olin Chamberlain, 0. Jaron McKee, number 1. Jordan Ellerby, number 2. Matt Gorman, number 10. And Jalen Harper, number 3. Ryan with the ball, Matt Johnson. Sorber double team, loses the ball.
Yeah, they're really going to be swarming when they try to get the ball inside. Ryan's going to have to be quick with their entry passes.
Jalen Harper with the first bucket. Murray goes up, blocked, or deflected, excuse me. Chamberlain. Back to Harper. Back to Chamberlain.
Ryan coming out in man. See how Thomas able to contain on the perimeter.
McKee. No good. Murray with the rebound. Murray, Darren Williams, triple teamed and foul. That foul is on number 3, Jalen Harper. Ryan will inbounds. Double teams and triple teams, Max.
There's going to be plenty of them, and it's going to be, Ryan's going to have to be really strong with the ball and really hope that the Prep can kind of dig themselves into some foul trouble.
Johnson for 3.
Ooh, left it short. Got to get his legs into that one.
This is a pretty spacious facility, spacious gym, high ceilings, a little bit different than the gym down at. that depth perception cause any issues?
It can certainly, make a big play, especially, you get your warm-up time to get adjusted, but when you get into that game speed, it can certainly play a factor.
Ellerby, Gorman. Gorman's going to shoot from 15. No good. Sorber with a rebound to Williams. Darren the lefty. Chance for Murray. No.
Oh, they had an opportunity. Yeah, you got to get that ball
Rocco
inside.
For three. Short. Ball's going to stay. If you're going to triple, you can afford a triple and double team if you don't make the outside shots. And I think that's one of the things that Ryan is hoping, that somebody can get hot. That third scoring option.
Yeah, they're absolutely going to need, some guys to step up and hit outside shots outside of Darren and really make them pay for running these doubles and triples in at Thomas. They're also going to have to be committed to trying to, score through some contact at the rim, because you can't just rely on living and dying on the outside.
Down low to Thomas, and he's fouled, and he scores.
Prime example right there. Just get it into the big fella, be strong with it, and make something happen.
Thomas Sorber. Still early in this first quarter. Thomas misses the free throw, and that's one of the things I think, if there's any little bit of a hole in his game that he's got to work on, is he's got to be better than 68% from the line. Good defense by Rocco Marabito, and it's going to stay with Archbishop Ryan.
Really good discipline by Rocco there, just staying in legal guarding position, not swiping, just staying straight up, making the guy play through contact. Make guys make plays. One of the big things, any kids out there watching, don't be swiping at that ball. Trust your guarding position, make guys make tough shots.
Little pressure from Prep. Darren Williams pounds with his left, crosses. Two players on Sorber at all time. Murray! Jaden Murray!
Good, strong take and finish right there by Jaden. Again, you got to play through a little bit of contact tonight. Prep going to be quick. They're going to be coming for the ball. Just play through it, be strong.
4-2, Archbishop Ryan. 5:34 left in this first quarter. And you can start to see how the game is starting to take shape. Murray makes it. Chamberlain. Harper. McKee. Good defense by Williams. Chamberlain gets it. Owen Chamberlain with the triple.
Really nice possession there by St. Joe Prep, moving the ball side to side. Really tough to guard that much movement.
Good entry to Thomas.
Another foul.
You can see the size difference where they miss a big player in the middle to match him up.
Yeah, Ryan's really got to stay committed to just getting that ball in there, even if it's not to score right there, drawing a foul, big play.
Sorber, good find. Darren Short with the mini jumper. Here comes Jalen Harper with the ball. Harper's been on the ball a lot. Blocked!
Nicely done.
Sorber. Oh, good look.
Run the floor, good seal. Really nice job transitioning defense to offense there by Ryan.
We got a timeout on the floor with 4:29 left in the first quarter. 7-5, Ryan over Prep. Max, one of the things that Darren Williams, he's had such a fine non-league schedule. He's really a dynamic player. What are your thoughts on him? You've seen him for a while.
I mean, he just continues to get better and better year in and year out. More dominant with the ball, more confident, get teammates involved. He just continues to take his game to the next level. Really excited to see, where he's going to parlay that into, during this PCL season.
Darren Williams heading to Florida Gulf Coast. We have back in action here. Chamberlain. And McKee's going to shoot it. Misses. Jaron McKee. Matt Johnson. On the wing. Little shake by Williams. Good kick. I think they'd like to see Rocco take that shot. Good drive by Jaden Murray.
Good finish. Really good start for Jaden tonight. See him play with that confidence, get at the basket. But I would agree. I think that they would want Rocco to shoot that. Pretty good open look. Would help space the floor inside, get more driving lanes for guys.
Harper. Ellerby goes. 9-7. And a nice start here for both squads. Williams kicks. Rocco, there you go.
Good, confident, feet set, just let it fly.
Let it fly.
Definitely those are the shots that they're going to need Rocco to knock down if they're going to want to get to where they want to go.
And a foul away from the ball. Murray. They gave it to Sorber. It'll be Sorber's first. 3 minutes, 5 seconds left in this first quarter. Chamberlain, Ellerby for three. No, long. Here comes Matt Johnson. Gave the sophomore the keys to the car. They did. Rocco's going to shoot it again. A little long.
Little off balance on that one. Fading back just a smidge. He gets a little more balance. Expect him to make that one a little bit more.
Gorman doesn't go for him. 12-7, Archbishop Ryan, 2:30 left in this first quarter. No push. Kick. Here goes Mary.
Mary redrive.
Calling for three. Williams shows, goes. No foul. And out comes McKee with the ball. He's going to take it to the hoop. And he got a foul with the body of Rocco.
Rocco's got to do a better job there, beating him to a spot, making him turn back into help.
You just want to give him the basket there and go the other way,
right?
Either
give the basket or don't let him score the basket. If you're going to foul, you got to make sure he doesn't get it up. Can't get caught in between like that. You know, set up a three-point play, let a shooter possibly see a foul shot go through. That can usually be a trigger for them.
McKee at the line. Mag's up here doing camera duty and color. So he gets paid double. 12-10. Ryan with the lead. Good shake, lost his defender. Good rebound, Thomas Sorber. Good hustle by Thomas.
Absolutely, just an absolute ball hawk. Does a really nice job reading balls out of hand, seeing it off the rim, and just putting himself in position to get rebounds on both ends.
Sorber's going to get two. Looking to check in is Ryan Everett and Brandon Russell. While Thomas is going to make these two free throws here, Russell's going to check into the game. What's your thoughts on him?
You know, he looks like a really nice and promising player. You know, always looks to be in complete control, never seems to get too sped up. You know, that kind of confidence is certainly, you know, will play a valuable role for Ryan, you know, going through the gauntlet of the Philadelphia Catholic League.
Thomas makes the second. 4-point lead for the Raiders.
A little bit of pressure here from the Raiders.
Chamberlain over the timeline to Ellerby. Ellerby's going to fire. Ellerby, good. His 5th point. Minute 20 left. Ryan up 1, Everett, corner. Russell. Sorber low. Nice defense by Prep. Brandon Russell finds Everett in the corner. Triple team, kick, extra.
Good
shot.
ball movement.
Thomas with a rebound. Good look, Thomas. And that's a block. Yes, it is.
Really, really good ball movement by the Raiders. Couldn't get the initial shot to go, but when you move the ball like that, you put yourselves in good spots to be able to hit the glass. Nice job by Thomas keeping that possession alive.
48.3 seconds, and it's part of the thing. When this team's playing well, they share the ball so well. They play some really pretty basketball.
It's a beautiful game when you get that ball moving around like that, and I can tell you from experience, trying to guard the ball moving that quick, almost impossible. Not fun at all.
Mary makes the first. Short. Up 2. Prep with the ball. Coach Jason Harrigan directing traffic. 35 seconds. Gorman with the ball. He plays catch with Ellerby. The senior Gorman, a 48% three-point shooter last year.
Absolute knockdown shooter Gorman is for the Prep. Really got to keep an eye on him. Ryan doing a nice job talking out this zone here.
We're at 15 seconds. Chamberlain with the ball. 10, 9, 8, 7. Shot by Chamberlain. No good. Murray to Darren. Darren's got a couple seconds left. 2, 1. I don't think he got it off. 15-13. Archbishop Bryan leads after the first quarter. So what do you think, Max? Doing great with the camera and the color. I love it.
Pretty good first quarter, almost like a boxing match. Both teams kind of feeling each other out. If you're the Prep, you got to feel pretty good, 2-point game. If you're Ryan, you got to feel pretty good about the tempo. Feels like they're controlling it, playing it at their pace. And over the course of the game, that's what you want. But, certainly an entertaining first quarter.
I think tonight's matchup is the AOP game of the week. It's Newman Goretti and Carroll today. Roman and Devon Prep open up against each other. Lansdale Catholic and Conwell Egan. This will be an interesting game. Wood Judge.
That'll certainly be a good one.
At Judge. That's going to be a tough travel.
Oh, absolutely. Judge playing really good basketball. I was able to see them the other week up at the Moscow Shootout. Young, gritty team playing really well together right now. Wood, taking a couple lumps right now, but played, a really challenging schedule similar to Ryan. So, it's certainly going to be a dogfight down there. And the history between the two coaches, they know each other so well. Right. Certainly going to be a good one.
Bonner Prendy is at LaSalle and Cardinal O'Hara at West Catholic. Curious to see what Coach Bocachica does with that squad now. He's lost a lot of talent, but he's a good coach, and they have some players. Yeah,
they do. Certainly a super young team. Another one, I was able to see them on Sunday. They played down at Cristo Rey at the Post and Pivot Countdown Classic. Super young team that's certainly learning on the fly. I'll be really interested to see that team come late January, early February. Certainly think they'll be looking a little bit different than they do right now.
15-13.
Ryan back in that zone, a little bit of matchup principles out of it. Communication is of the utmost importance here.
Ellerby, Chamberlain. Darren is probably one of Ryan's best on-ball defenders.
Yeah, certainly has the athleticism to do it, and definitely, flashes that commitment to just being able to keep guys in front.
He's got a 1-2. Ellerby. Prep very patient. Tries a jump step. Good defense by Thomas Sorber.
Really nice job by Ryan, staying disciplined, keeping guys in front. Got to make the Prep try to play over top.
Oh, he walked.
Really, really nice job.
That was a great.
Beautiful defensive possession.
Absolutely. Prep held the ball for almost a minute there. And then the turnover. Samaj looking to get ready to check in. Samaj Stone. 3-second call. Right in front of the Prep bench.
Got to be a little better than that. You got to get that ball moving. Execution lacking there for the Raiders a little bit.
Samaj Stone, first-year player, has had an impressive beginning of his career. You can see getting trusted with important minutes here.
Tell you what, my first look at him was down at Gonzaga that opening night when things were getting out of hand early. He came in, he made some plays to kind of stem the tide. Really impressive stuff.
Gorman misses. Here comes Williams. He shakes. He goes to the hoop. Blocked. Here comes Prep.
This is what the Prep wants to do. They want to try to get out quickly, not let that zone and that size bother them.
Lid on the basket for Prep. 6:23 left. Ryan still 15-13. No points scored yet in this quarter. Everett by himself. 3.
Big time shot by
Ryan Everett.
Like we said at the top, they're going to need, some of those unsung heroes to make shots. Definitely a good start for Ryan there.
Williams with the good hands, but throws it away. Got a little excited there. 18-13, Archbishop Ryan. McKee checks back in. Number 13, Jackson McGuire in. He's 6'4". Talking to some of our Prep guys today. That Jackson's been a little bit, got a little banged up in the tournament down in Tampa. Good defense by Everett. Wow, Jaron McKee gets bailed out, huh?
Tough call there. A little ticky-tack. Calling it on Samaj there.
His first, team's third. Jackson McGuire, Ellerby, Gorman. Number 25. 23.
Oh, another foul on Samaj there. It's his second.
Will Lesovitz.
Another tough one. Just good hustle going for the ball. Knocks the Prep guy to the ground.
He's a strong player, Samaj. He's a slender kid. I keep saying it, but he rips. He gets dirty. He's not afraid to get on the floor.
He's wiry, that's for certain.
That's the good word. 5:24 left. Still 18-13. Gorman. Ellerby. Two-handed block.
Emphatic by Thomas. Ryan's got some numbers.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. More importantly, though, they turn the ball over. That three's no good. Good position by Darren. Darren throws it.
Got to be careful saving the ball under your own basket.
Shows, pumps, no good. Samaj battles for the rebound. It will go.
Ooh.
Prep ball.
I'm not so sure about that.
About that block by Sword.
I thought he was going to catch it.
He almost caught it. I haven't seen him do that yet. That's a new one. His second block of the night.
Two-hand threw that ball to center court.
Archbishop Ryan, the only team scored this quarter. 18-13, 4:51 left. Ellerby will inbounds. McKee, Jaron McKee. Fronted by Sorber. Dishes to Chamberlain. Williams battles through the screen. Thomas affects that shot.
I have to imagine that two-hand block is sitting in all the Prep players' minds right now.
That made a noise. It was like watching somebody hit a home run. It made a noise off the bat. Good look. Darren.
Finish strong. Oh, don't fade. Really nice job again. Thomas just relentlessly pursuing the basketball. Gets the extra possession, gets the easy bucket for the Raiders.
Thomas's 7th point. Was that a 30 or was that a full or a 20?
It looks like a full as guys are sitting on the bench.
There you go. Archbishop Ryan up 20-13. Upcoming schedule. Ryan's going to open up Friday night at home. And I think it's Carroll. So make sure you get there. This team is, you got to come see this team. If you're listening to us, please do me a favor. Please share this link and make sure that the friends and Ryan alum and the families of these players, as many people as we can to watch. We also want to get you out to the South Gym. It's a great experience to go and play.
Yeah, and that Carroll one should be another exciting one. You want to talk about another young and exciting team, you know, shades of the prep last year where they're arriving a little bit early. A lot of freshmen, sophomores, you know, making big contributions for that team. Certainly should be a good one.
4:17 left. It will be Prep's ball. Murray with 6, Sorber with 7 points. Lead the Raiders. Who have held Prep scoreless.
And there goes the seal.
Sportscaster Jinx.
Much needed basket for the Prep there. Was only a 7-point deficit, but was starting to feel like a little bit more having not scored in the quarter.
Russell. Williams. Too hot to handle for Everett. Gains possession. Everett, kick to Williams. Williams shows he's double teamed. Good extra pass. Everett can't make them pay.
Really nice court vision by Russell there. Finding the open guy, just not able to convert.
McKee. Ellerby. Thomas flashes. They're going to call that on Russell or Thomas?
Very important call. 23, they called her on Russell.
You know, one thing I've been noticing is that what Sorber, he baits him. It's like, let your head go by me, because he wants to come and swat. And you watch him right there. It looks like he kind of.
Yeah, he after, you know, especially after getting such a big one like he did early, you know, you can kind of invite and play that cat and mouse game. Like,
exactly.
I'm going to let you get there, but here I come. Doing a nice job there, kind of refraining and not picking up a foul. You know, that'll be the key for him.
In the beginning of the first game of the season, especially against some of the tougher competition, Thomas found himself in a lot of foul trouble. It's good to see he's been a little bit more, not disciplined, but he's got some breaks. He had some tough calls against him.
That opening game at Gonzaga, there were some interesting.
That's the best way to put it. 3 minutes.
Interesting calls that he found going against him.
3 minutes left here.
But in all my time around high school hoops, I've noticed officials have a hard time with big men. They really have a hard time officiating the big men at the high school level. And
that ball's going to Rocco Marabito, another great defensive play off the three-pointer by Thomas, 23-16 Ryan.
Again, just a really nice job. Rocco being disciplined, beating a guy to the spot, not reaching, not smacking, not picking up a cheap foul, but forcing a turnover just by showing his discipline.
I like Thomas taking that jumper.
He has elevated that part of his game so much in his 3 years at Ryan. You know, we talked a little bit earlier about his foul shooting percentage. If he's been able to elevate his jump shot, his three-point percentage like that, you have to imagine the free throws are going to come right behind it.
I think he's a worker.
I mean, you look at the transformation that he's made to his body.
Darren Williams.
Big-time three by Williams in the corner. And just like that, you look up, Ryan stretches it to 10. Big defensive possession here for Ryan.
Gorman 0 for 4 from 3, and here comes Williams. He did establish. Prep maintains the ball.
Prep's got numbers here.
Yep. Ellerby. Oh! Rocco Marabito with a good effort with that block. Must have got a little bit too much of the arm.
Just missing a big block there. All in all, pretty good foul, though. You don't give up the dunk. It could be a huge momentum swing.
2 minutes left in this half. If you're Ryan, will you still continue to push?
Yeah, I think Ryan's playing at the tempo that they absolutely want. They're taking advantage when they have an opportunity to get numbers. If not, they're allowing themselves to be the bigger, little bit more athletic team, get the ball inside, get those paint touches, get the ball to the foul line, really force the prep to collapse and use their size to their advantage. They've gotten a couple threes from other guys that, they were hoping to get them from. So, I think you stay the course with where they're going right now.
Ellerby makes 1 of 2. 26-17. 1:50 left in this first half. Ryan up 9. On the floor, Johnson. Oh. Good hands by Murray. Good decision by Rocco not to shoot that. Thomas with his own rebound. Thomas with 4 players on him, and he calls it offensive foul. That play broke down when Jaden Murray didn't give a good pass to.
Yeah, things kind of got into scramble mode off a tough pass. Again, we're just talking about tough call on Thomas. From this angle, didn't appear to be too much. But according to the official, he cleared out some space with that elbow.
His second. Well, he must have cleared out a lot of space because there was 4 players around him. McKee to the left. McKee.
Yeah, you could see the hesitation from the prep. Getting at that rim. Ryan, if they can be a little bit more disciplined off the ball and not get beat on those cuts.
Minute left, 26-19. Ryan would love to get a bucket here. No shot clock in the PCL. So they can take the time if they so choose. Murray. Williams. Off the screen. He shoots. A little long. Thomas with the tip.
Again,
Murray in the good spot.
Thomas just being active, finding a way, gets a little tip to Jaden, easy bucket.
That's Murray's 8th point. Good defense by Williams on McKee.
Another opportunity to tack on here.
Harper walked in with 3. Was off. 10 seconds left. Johnson finds Murray. Murray's going to take it. Nicely done, Jaden Murray.
Really good half from Jaden Murray.
No good.
You touched on it a little bit before the game about Ryan looking to establish a third scorer. Really strong half from Murray to kind of do that for them. Big 10 points from him.
And Archbishop Ryan at the half, up 11, 30-19. And Mags, I'll tell you what, this is a really, first of all, Ryan, in the first couple games of the year, slow starts. Not tonight.
No, absolutely not tonight. And, didn't exactly light the world on fire offensively, but they didn't allow that to affect them defensively. And that's really the important thing. Some nights you're going to come out, maybe not score the ball as well as quickly as you'd like, but you got to make sure that you're defending at a high level, and Ryan's certainly doing that. Saw Thomas with the big block. Rocco's made a couple really nice defensive possessions, just getting in front of guys, keeping them in front, and forcing turnovers that way. So you love to see that out of the Raiders early.
So let's talk a little bit about you. So what's new with you? You said you're coaching at Holy Ghost Prep?
Yeah, so, I played at Ryan, coached with Coach Rogers before he left for the Haverford School, spent some time coaching at CB East with Ryan alum Eric Henderson, and then stepped away from coaching for a little bit, got into announcing. My dad was the longtime announcer at Ryan. Shout out Big Tom, his first official week of retirement, living down in sunny
nice.
Western Florida right now. So then I got into announcing, and then this year, one of my real good friends, Tom Heston, got the job at Holy Ghost Prep, asked me to join him, so I got back into coaching.
Talk about that, Coach Heston, filling some big shoes, Tony Chapman. So you probably don't know this. I'm class of '87 over it.
I did not know.
I am, but yeah.
Yeah, real big shoes, and Tom, obviously very cognizant of that. As a Holy Ghost Prep alum himself, played for Coach Chapman. Was able to study under him a little bit. So yeah, definitely some big shoes to fill, but we're very excited about where we're going to be able to take the program.
Let's talk a little bit about our guys at Ryan here. Talk a little bit. We concentrate a lot on Sorber and Williams, but some of the players that you're familiar with that kind of make you stand up and say, like who?
Now, I can't harp on it enough. Really impressed with Jaden Murray in that first half. Haven't seen him over the past 3 years. Coming into tonight, if you would have said 10 points at halftime, I would have questioned how would he have gotten there. And much more aggressive, getting at the rim. His activity, definitely up a little bit. So really impressed with his first half.
And that was one of. I think he has. I call him a worm player. He reminds me. He gets his hand. He goes on the floor. He gets his hands in the lanes. He deflects balls. He comes up with some big plays. But they just wanted him to be a tad more aggressive on the offensive end, scoring, being a little more selfish. And you see when he's in the right place at the right time, going up.
Yeah, he's a tremendous athlete. He came into Ryan that way. He's heralded as one of the big-time athletes in that class. And you just want him to utilize that, on the offensive end to be able to score the ball a little bit more.
Was he a Calvary kid?
I believe so, yeah.
He was a Calvary kid. You mentioned in the pregame Rocco Marabito. Tell us some of the things that you noticed about his game.
Yeah, I think defensively he's doing a tremendous job, just being intelligent in terms of not reaching, smacking. A lot of times you see guys get into that advantageous position and then they reach or smack trying to get a block or a steal and you pick up a cheap foul. He's doing a great job of beating guys to spots, making them make plays, and the Prep's been forced into a couple turnovers because of that. And then we've seen him being a little bit more aggressive offensively. I think he fired up 3 or 4 threes, was only able to get one to go, but he's going to have to take and make those shots, going down the stretch for Ryan, not only tonight, but through the gauntlet of the Catholic League.
Speaking of that, just a quick review of last year's playoffs and where that went. So Ryan finished, I believe it was the highest regular season finish for a Joe Zeglinski squad in third.
I believe that is correct. I think that's the first time that they've hosted a quarterfinal.
Yes. But overall, Bonner Prendy came in 10th last year. Judge was 9th. Carroll 8th. O'Hara 7th. And then West was it's so funny how great this league is.
That you have them coming in sixth place.
They came in 6th place with 2 D1 players.
Bunch of D2 guys, couple D3 guys.
And, Ryan, that was the 3-6 game. Here's your reward, fellas, for coming in.
Yeah, the 3-6 game was a semifinal rematch from the year before.
And then Wood and St. Joe Prep were 4-5, the same record, but Wood had won they had a tiebreaker over Prep, and that was a boost up year. If you took before the season began last year, and you were going to go wins and losses and where you would prognosticate Prep, you probably would have had them farther down a little bit.
Probably more around the 6-7 range. Like I said, they probably arrived ahead of schedule.
So they have a great season, and you end up with
and you get to go to Street Road, which is a long way from the Prep.
Absolutely. Newman Grady was the 1 seed. Roman was the 2 seed. And then the semifinals at the Palestra were Roman Wood. Roman beat Wood 66-59. Newman Goretti defeated West Catholic in overtime.
That was a thriller of a game, if you remember. A little controversial buzzer beater by West Catholic to force that overtime.
Yes. And Roman beat Goretti in overtime.
And one of the all-time classics down at the Palestra. That show that Xavier Brown put on was unreal.
And you've been paying attention to him?
He's doing it again. It's just what he does.
That's what he does.
He is an absolute baller, that kid.
So that's just a little recap of last year to give you some perspective how deep this league is. Any hot takes? You got a hot take on a team this year?
A hot take. I keep coming back to it. I think West Catholic's going to be a team that takes some lumps early. And if they're able to grow, they are not a team I would want to draw in the early rounds of the postseason. Where they could be that team where maybe they only have 4 or 5 wins in the league, and then next thing you know, they're in the quarterfinals with a shot to get back to the Palestra.
Ryan stole that game from them last year.
Down there? Oh, yeah.
Down there. So that had a little bit to do with it. But like I said, like you just said, it kind of described how their season kind of went because they could win a Ryan. And Wow.
Again, that revenge factor that we're talking about. I think in the postseason in this league, that there's really something to it because it is so even, so balanced. There's so much talent that you can only take. Yes, you got to win games in the regular season, but you take them with a grain of salt. Once you get to the playoffs in this league, you throw the records right out, and it's a brand new season. And you see it every year. There's always one of those 4 teams playing at the Palestra in the semis. It's usually one of those 6 or lower seeds. It's been Ryan a couple times, West Catholic last year. Very rarely does chalk run through in this league.
It's tough. It's tough. Games to circle on the schedule is Ryan Wood at home on the 8th. On the 8th, which is going to be another awesome rematch. That was one of the best. Another
controversial ending.
Which the officials got it right. At the end of the day, the officials got that right.
The call was correct. They just handled it in a very bizarre.
Well, it was the thing I noticed because we were doing the game, and that last play was incredible. And if you don't remember, Michael Zaire-Parrish scores on a layup with about 6 seconds left. Wood comes back down the floor. There's a scramble under the basket, and then the ball goes up. And is it released in time? And the answer is no, it wasn't. It was by a hair. It was crazy.
The big controversy with that was that nobody made a call.
Correct.
They all just stood around, and it wasn't. They didn't call good. They didn't call no good. And that was kind of where I'm sitting there. As the announcer, like, we got to call something.
Somebody's got to call something. They got it right.
They did. So kudos to them.
But it was like, I can remember the scene. I can see it. I see people below me. Everybody's on their phone replaying.
Trying to figure it out.
Figure it out. It was a memorable night for sure.
Yes.
That was a game that really catapulted. I think it made up for the St. Joe Prep loss.
It certainly did. It was a big one. Getting the ship righted for Ryan.
But it puts them back in that top team. Like, listen, at the end of the day, no matter what happens, you want to be home.
You want to be at home as long as possible.
And then they go down the west and play in that closet. And I like that, Jim.
It's an experience.
It's a closet, and they come back from 9 points with 50 seconds left. And that was one of the games where Matt Johnson got some key playing time in that overtime.
Yes, he did.
And
I remember watching the broadcast.
I remember having a conversation with Coach Zaglinski saying, "You couldn't have scripted that any better for you. You got this kid some valuable experience,
and got a win,
and got a W on it." And Sorber he was remarkable that night, and Darren shot them back into the game. It was a really fun season. St. Joe Prep, they had some big wins too. I think they beat Roman last year.
They did here.
They beat Roman
here. They beat them handedly.
Yeah, and then they ended up at the end of the last game of the season. It was O'Hara, who was, what did we say O'Hara was? O'Hara ended up
8 or 9.
They were a 7 seed, and they dropped the game to O'Hara, which was what cost them a home game.
Yep, it was the difference in going to Street Road or bringing Wood down here.
Just a lot of fun in the PCL, and we're getting ready to get to the. Thanks for sticking with us. We're getting ready to start the third quarter here on the floor for the Raiders. As we started, Matt Johnson, sophomore, Rocco Marabito, number 3, number 2, Darren Williams.
Tell you what, another really impressive part of Matt Johnson in the first half. Not flashy, but not turning the ball over, solid and steady. Sometimes you can see some, younger guards get out there and try to show you how good they are. Sometimes you just got to be good.
And Murray and Sorber will round out the starters for the Raiders here in the third quarter. 30-19.
Really big first 4 minutes here for Ryan. If they're able to stretch the lead, maybe put the Prep away. Prep's really going to try to make a charge here.
Darren Williams on a nice feed from Johnson. His second 3.
Could not have drawn it up better for Coach Zaglinski coming out of halftime. Really nice finish there by McKee. Nice pull-up jumper by Rocco.
That's good for Rocco. That's good for the Raiders.
That's a really good sign for the Raiders. Shot that confidently. That's what they're going to need.
McKee to his left. Shows. Kicks. Ellerby. Good. Jordan Ellerby, his second 3 of the night. 35-24. first minute of play here in the second half. And a nice play by...
Really nice play by Jaron there. You want to get the ball inside to Thomas, but you really got to be mindful of backside defense.
That was one of the things last year I thought they had issue with is good, solid entry passes, putting Thomas in a good position to receive the ball. Obviously there it didn't work. Something they got to do a little bit better. 6:38 left.
Yeah, with all the quickness that the prep has, you really want to work the ball side to side first to try to make that help defender have to cover more ground.
Ellerby with another layup. Having a good night. 11 for him. He's in double figures. Williams. Nifty pass to Johnson. Thomas cleans it up with the putback.
Once again, Thomas just finding himself around the basketball, able to pick up another possession. Easy bucket for the Raiders.
Chamberlain. Ellerby. Ellerby very aggressive in this second half. Gorman.
Cannot find it tonight.
He cannot find it tonight. And he killed him last year. I have Sorber unofficial with 12.
The board has him with 13.
13? Gotcha.
Another strong pull-up by Rocco. Looks really confident right now. It's a really good sign for the Raiders.
Ellerby. He's feeling it. Short. 39-26. Matt Johnson. Guarded by Gorman. Johnson. Thomas didn't seem ready for that entry.
Little bit of a hot post-entry pass there.
Chamberlain for three. Good.
Big basket for the prep there to get this back to 10.
Well, you said an important 4 minutes. Halfway through that. Thomas not in foul trouble. There doesn't seem to be anybody in foul trouble for the Raiders, so that's good.
No, certainly in a good spot if you're Ryan.
Tell me a little bit about what you're seeing here with prep.
The prep, so very perimeter oriented, right? A lot of drive and kicks. Doing a nice job of still trying to challenge Thomas to make him come and then kick to the open man. Able to get some shots to go here in the third quarter, shooting the ball a little bit higher rate than they were in the first half.
I think the key is that Gorman hasn't hit anything. He's been off the board, and if he gets hot, he's due.
That's been the big difference right now. I think he's taken 5 threes, hasn't made any. 2 of those go down, you're looking at a whole different ball game. You got to hope that he doesn't continue to get, the open looks that he has.
Looks like some pressure here from the Hawks.
Yeah, they're definitely going to try to speed the tempo up. Allow all of their guards to kind of get to work.
And I'd like to thank, before we go any further, I'd like to make sure we thank the prep for allowing us to do the
No, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful facility. Appreciate them hosting us.
Absolutely.
A little bit of zone from the prep here.
Skip to Marabito. Find some space. Oh, Rocco.
Tough take. A lot of contact.
Harper.
Really strong finish there by Harper.
He went quiet. He had a lot of touches on the ball in the beginning of the game, and that showed up a little bit there. Sorber.
Yeah, Ryan got to do a little bit better in that semi-transition, stopping the ball out top.
Sorber has his way down low.
Really nice patience by Thomas there. He's got the size advantage, didn't force anything, took his time, got to his spot. Really nice job.
Are you okay with the level of movement off the ball here?
Yeah, I think they're doing a nice job. They're creating space to be able to get the ball into him. Ball's not sticking, not over dribbling.
Rocco explaining to the official.
Maybe he got a little contact on his last drive.
He's a pretty quiet kid too. Thomas makes the first.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing for the Raiders. Keep the ball moving, keep their movement off the ball. It'll make those post entries a little bit easier.
Ryan Everett checks in for Matt Johnson.
I think to your earlier point last year, there might have been a little standing around, making it tougher to get it into them. You keep that movement, that help defense has a harder time getting there.
Thomas makes both. He has 15 on the night. Chamberlain.
More zone from the Raiders here. Love the wrinkle of Thomas at the top of the zone.
Yep.
Makes it really tough to get it inside.
Ellerby shoots over Thomas. He's having a nice night.
He's starting to get going. We got ourselves a ball game.
Yes, we do. 41-34. Rocco keeps it. Gets some space. And it's blocked. Good block. Harper. Chamberlain. Trying to shake Everett. Everett doing a nice job. McKee. Jaron McKee. Second team All-State. Second team All-Catholic. No good. Offensive rebound and putback. Ellerby.
It's the one danger of the zone. There's no blockout responsibilities. Got to make sure you're moving and checking somebody out.
Ellerby with 16, having a night. 2:24 left. And a turnover. Jaron McKee doesn't go. They're going to call the block on Rocco.
That'll be his third.
This is third.
Russell checking in the game here. Got to imagine it's for Rocco.
McKee at the line. He makes the first. Ryan at one point up 11, beginning this half. The lead is cut to 4 and possibly 3. And like you said, Mags, you got a ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to give the Prep credit. Ryan, extended the lead real quick out of the chute here, and Prep kind of weathered that storm and right back in it now. 3-point game. Really big possession here for the Raiders. Want to make sure they get a good shot.
Joey gets a timeout. We're going to talk about it. Good timeout by Joe. 2 minutes, 7 seconds left.
Really like this timeout from Joe here. Obviously Joe's done a tremendous job in a lot of things during his tenure at Ryan, but can really hang his hat on his ATO calls. Ryan scores at a very high percentage coming out of timeouts.
Well, they're going to need a bucket here. 41-38. In a typical PCL matchup, right?
Wouldn't be opening night without it.
I have to check the Twitter to see if we can get any score updates on some. I'm curious to see what how that game on Sally Avenue's doing.
That's certainly a big one. Let's see if we can get an update on that.
Again, we thank you all for tuning in. If you have a friend who loves basketball, what I would do, I don't know what the Sixers Bulls game is doing, but I'd rather watch this one. Send the link to your friends. Catch the end of this quarter, and it's going to be a good finish here on Speedy Marsh Court. Speedy Marsh with 1,037 wins. God bless him.
Unbelievable career from Speedy.
God bless him. 2 minutes, 7 seconds. Russell's going to...
Back to the zone for the Prep.
Everett. Ryan Everett's one of their best passers in this situation.
Really nice job by Everett. Patient, not forcing the ball, letting the play develop.
Fouls on 23, or less of it. Thomas thinking that he was in the act.
Certainly trying to sell it. I'm not so sure he was shooting, but
Crowd getting a little excited. Watch a little battle there between Thomas and Chamberlain. Nice defense by McKee. The St. Joe bench real excited. 2 minutes left in this third quarter. They're going to start over. Russell.
Watch Thomas on the duck in.
Everett for three. No good.
Really nice job staying with the play.
Great job by Everett. Darren with the
Creating a
ball.
second possession.
Thomas pushed.
Once again, Thomas just absolutely relentless on the glass.
Minute 40 left. That's Lesovic's third foul. Gorman noticeably out of the game for Pratt.
Got to get this ball moving against his zone. Got to change its shape.
Thomas in the dunker spot. Thomas misses the layup, gets his own putback. Thomas Sorber.
Much needed basket for the Raiders right there.
His 17th point of the night. Here comes McKee. Double team, good defense. Archbishop Ryan.
Jump ball.
Whose possession?
Looks like it's staying here.
Stay with Pratt. Great defense by dynamic duo. It's a lot of talent on that.
Really strong
Yep.
and solid trap. Waited for McKee to present the ball, and then they tied it up. Really nice job.
That would be to Chamberlain. McKee off a screen. McKee fires from way downtown. No. Thomas with a big rebound. And another foul, number 23. Will Lesovitz. And Gorman's going to check back in.
That's a big foul for the Prep there. Now they'll be in the penalty.
Minute 2 left. 43-38. Archbishop Ryan, their halftime lead cut more than half, leading by 11 going into this quarter. St. Joe Prep doing a nice job. Ryan looking to get a big hoop here in this possession. Need to have a good possession. Everett. Murray. Skip to Russell. Thomas working back and forth. Russell drives left. Everett. 35 seconds left. Thomas, good look
There
by
we go.
Murray!
Movement. Excellent job by the Raiders there. Got the ball moving.
Jaden Murray.
Got some cutters. Found an easy dunk.
20 seconds left. Gorman, he shoots. He's off again. He's 0 for 6. Murray with a big rebound to Thomas. 15 seconds left. Russell.
Big time momentum possession right here for the Raiders. 5,
4, 3, 2. Here goes up. Williams now. And a really, really good third quarter. 45-38. Absolutely, absolutely.
Really, really nice job. Like I said, the Raiders jumped out early, extended their lead. Prep weathered the storm, cut it to 3. Ryan, really nice job weathering that storm, getting it back to 7.
And one of the things when you compare this year's team with last year's team is the maturity and the depth. You know,
Absolutely. Probably, the deepest team that Joey's had in his tenure. He's had some really good teams, but, this year being able to go 7, 8 deep, certainly should pay dividends, especially when they get in games like this.
45-38. Headed into the fourth quarter. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Ted Westervelt, along with Anthony Magallanes, Mags, announcer extraordinaire and coach. Thanks for doing this. It's
No,
a lot of fun.
absolutely. It's an honor and a privilege, to be up here on the broadcast, being able to watch my hometown team, kind of do their thing.
From my favorite movie, did we just become best friends? Did you get any scores? Were we able to get any
I
scores?
didn't see anything. I didn't see any updates on Wood
I'm gonna have to
Judge's Twitter.
I'm gonna have to put a suggestion in the prep suggestion box. They have this gorgeous gym. They need to have out of town scores.
Oh, they would be the team to have it. They would be the school that could.
They would. But we thank Mr. Dan DeBernardinus, athletic director, and the administration from the prep for allowing us to bring you this broadcast. And we're going to do as many away broadcasts as we can. We've had a lot of gracious hosts that have been willing to host us, and we hope to continue that throughout the year.
So the only score update that I see is that Newman with an emphatic 27-point win over Carroll.
There you go. There's Thomas Sorber in the fourth quarter, 45-38. Williams, he shuffled, got away with it. Good rebound by Thomas and a foul by Ellerby. I thought Ellerby had a decent position there.
He did.
We'll take it.
A little bit of a ticky-tack call, but certainly had a couple of those go against the Raiders. So
Absolutely.
You certainly don't hate, that evening out a little bit. Really nice ball movement by the Raiders in that position. Got a good look.
That's Ellerby's. I have him as two fouls. I have to check it. Everett in the corner to Jaden Murray, having a great night tonight, Murray.
Here comes the help.
Yep, and an extra pass, a little slow. Williams fires. Short. Thomas Sorber.
Again.
Thomas Sorber taking charge. Showing great ability, great athleticism. He's a really good, he's become a better and better athlete every night.
I touched on it a little bit earlier. He's really transformed his body and has just become an elite level athlete in addition to, being a tremendously skilled player.
And he's a tremendous kid.
Yeah, you hear nothing but great things about him.
Misses the first. Still 45-38 Ryan. An opening night of the Philadelphia Catholic League 23-24 season. Sorber makes the second. He's got 18 tonight. Williams and Ellerby. McKee. Harper for three. Good.
Big shot for the prep right there.
Jalen Harper with three.
Cut this lead back down to 5. Russell leaves it a little bit short. Thomas keeps it alive.
Oh, they got him. That ball falls to a prep player, they're not calling that foul.
Correct. It's just a real tough one. Thomas picks up his third.
Marabito checks back in along with Matt Johnson. So on the floor for Raiders, Johnson, Marabito, Sorber, Williams, and Murray. And this is Jordan Ellerby with the ball. Jalen Harper plays catch with Ellerby.
Really nice move by Harper right there. Really strong take and finish. And here we go, 3-point game, 6.5 to play.
Williams. Johnson. Murray finds Williams in the corner. Williams going to fire. No good. Thomas gets great position. Matt Johnson can't put it back.
Like to see Johnson take that a little bit stronger.
Ellerby is feeling it. Harper! Blocked by Sorber!
Tremendous job by Sorber in the help there.
Thomas
Avoiding
Sorber.
Contact.
Woo!
Getting the ball at the apex. Elite level shot blocking by Sorber right there.
We have a technical? Or no, we got a foul? He called a foul. He called a rip. That's a foul on Jalen Harper. That was a big block, man.
That was tremendous.
We've seen two impressive plays from Thomas Sorber on the defensive end.
And two very different ones, showing his versatility.
Johnson. Murray. Ryan showing some patience. Murray tries to lob to Sorber. Sorber. The official's looking for help. Call goes ball to the Hawks. One thing about Sorber, when he does block, ball stays in play.
He keeps it in play. Such a big thing.
Unbelievable.
Give your team a chance to get the ball out and run.
Max, I know what I'm talking about a little bit. Every once in a while, I'm like a broken clock. I'm right twice a day. This is a ball game, 46-43, 5:25 left.
You know what's sad? I used that euphemism in my classroom today, and my students had no idea what that meant. I felt very old in that moment.
Yes. Ellerby.
Oh, big time shot by Ellerby. Buckle up, folks. 46 all, 5 minutes to play here at the Prep. We got a good one here on Girard.
Darren Williams goes left hard, steps, kicks. Marabito, no good. Murray to the floor. McKee with the ball. Prep can take a lead. Ooh! And he double dribbled. Wow.
Huge break for the Raiders on that one. Looked like the Prep had some momentum going.
46 all, 4:49 left. And like you said, Mags, fasten your seatbelts. Good crowd here tonight on Tuesday, opening night. St. Joe Prep erases an 11-point lead from the Raiders. Good lob.
Good seal by Thomas. Nicely done by the Raiders there. Got the whole Prep defense above the foul line, able to get an easy post entry.
Good helper by Jaden. That's 20 for Thomas. Gorman with the ball. Finds a cutter. There goes Murray.
Done. Jaden Murray seeing man, seeing ball.
Williams pulls up. Fires. No good. Oh.
There goes Murray again.
Joey gets a timeout. 4:19 left, 48-46.
You know, really can't understate Murray's performance tonight. A little bit of a quiet night for Williams. Tough shooting night from the outside. You know, Murray's 12 points definitely needed, really picking up the team right now.
Yeah, Darren only has 2 3-pointers, but he's been aggressive going to the bucket. He's been a little bit.
Yeah, he hasn't been selfish. He's been getting in the lane, drawing, kicking to teammates. You know, and that's what you look for your senior leaders, right? Being able to get teammates involved, make players better around them. You know, not forcing the issue tonight despite, you know, not having his typical scoring prowess going.
How much is Georgetown going to love Thomas Sorber?
Oh, they're going to fall in love immediately. Immediately. And it's only fitting, a big man like that going down to Georgetown, trying to bring the program back.
I never thought I'm going to have to root for Georgetown. It's tough. It's tough. But we're worried about tonight. 4:19 left, 48-46. Thank you so much for staying with us. Prep erases an 11-point lead here in the second half.
Another ATO possession for Ryan here. Really excited to see what Joey was able to draw up here.
Williams. Thomas. Directing traffic.
Prep staying with that zone.
Matt Johnson, sophomore. Big time minutes for the sophomore. Rocco.
There you go, get the ball moving.
Yeah, that wasn't there. That wasn't there. Nice play by Prep.
Got to be a little bit more patient there in the high post if you're Jaden. Can't make up your mind what you're going to do with the ball before you get it.
Is that Jaden's first? That's Jaden's first.
Big defensive possession here for the Raiders. Timeout by the Prep.
Coach Harrigan with a timeout. 48-46, 3:49 left. For the Raiders, what are you doing defensively here?
I think you stay with what you've been with. I think they're going to come out man here. Try to keep, guys in front. Ellerby's gotten a little loose here in the second half. Try to keep him, from getting a clean look here.
He's a real nice player. You can see why he got the MVP of the tournament. He's not afraid to score the ball.
No, drives the ball with conviction, shoots the ball with tremendous confidence. Very nice player, primed for a big year in the Catholic League this year.
He's a 6'3" junior. And he's sitting on 19 points. He leads prep and scoring tonight. Thomas Sorber with 20 and 4 blocks. Huck hasn't done the updated calculations yet, but I think Thomas probably has an average, because he had 9 the other night. He's probably averaging, I'd say, 7 at this point, which is crazy. And he's had 2 absolutely momentous blocks, athletic blocks.
Yeah, and 2 very different blocks, too. Again, just showing his versatility, how much he's improved his athleticism. The second one, tremendous quickness and able to avoid the contact while getting the block. So important. And like you said, keeping his shot blocks in play.
48-46, 3:47. You got your man. Harper.
Again, just with this man, you're able to overplay things a little bit, funnel guys into the big man.
Harper takes the screen from Gorman and can't finish.
Really nice job by Murray there. Not
patient.
Not going for a block or a swipe. Make a tough shot.
Ryan would love to get a basket here. They kick to Rocco. Rocco's going to take the 3. Thomas cleans up. Thomas goes up. Thomas through contact.
Been saying it all night. He just finds a way to find the basketball on the glass.
His 22nd, and Chamberlain with a runner.
Big basket by Chamberlain there. Keep this at a 1-possession game. Ooh, a lot of contact there.
Johnson kicks. Here comes Williams. Step back. Nope. Murray. Weak side. Jaden Murray.
Been an unsung hero all night. Really stepped up nicely tonight.
52-48. Harper. He's going to shoot from way out and gets it.
Oh, cold-blooded by Harper. Here we go, folks. 52-51, 2:20 to play. This is Catholic League basketball in a nutshell.
Williams and Gorman. 2:11 left. Ryan holds 1. Williams kicks. Had Johnson, couldn't get it to him. Darren Williams steps, and they call the travel.
Little happy feet there from Darren, little indecision.
Minute 58 left. Prep with a chance to take a lead. I think it would be the first lead.
I was just going to say, I believe for the first time.
Ellerby having a night. Ellerby drives on Murray. Gorman can't find it.
Really tough night for Gorman from the outside.
1:35 left. Darren with the ball almost travels there. Minute 30. Ryan with 1. Sophomore with the ball. Matt Johnson.
You want to be really patient here. You want to try to get a layup.
Kick to Rocco. Rocco's going to take it from 3. Matt Johnson with the rebound. He brings it back out. There's a minute 12 left.
Thomas strong with the basketball here.
Thomas Sorber. Rocco. Oh, Rocco.
Ill-advised pass there by Rocco. You'd love to see him play on 2 feet.
Step back, block! Oh. Just under a minute, 56 seconds.
And that'll be Thomas's 4th.
Just like that.
Jaron McKee here with an opportunity to give the Prep the lead.
Jaron's 4 for 4 from the line tonight. See if that works. And just a tough possession there for the Raiders. He makes it, and ties the game.
He's got that smooth stroke just like Dad.
He's got 11 on the night. For the first lead of the night for the Hawks. It's good. Archbishop Ryan down 1. 50 seconds left. Matt Johnson with the ball. Murray on the dribble handoff. Good defense by Chamberlain. Joe gets a timeout.
Good timeout. Ryan seemed a little discombobulated there, a little out of sorts. And like I said, Joey's really hung his hat on being able to draw up really nice plays out of these timeout situations. Wants to settle his guys down, get a good shot here.
It's been a great game.
It's been a tremendous one.
Great game. It's fun to watch. We're on the edge of our seat. Please make sure you still got time. Send that link to a friend or a Ryan alum and say, catch the end of this ball game.
Really nice crowd here at the Prep tonight. They typically don't play night games. In their history with the student body, trying to get fans out. Really nice job. Good crowd tonight. A lot of Prep basketball alums. I see my guy, most notably Prep baseball legend Jimmy King, current infielder at Holy Cross, played a little summer baseball for me. Shout out to my guy Jim.
Ryan's coming out of this timeout. What are we doing?
They're going to try to get the ball inside, I would think. We'll probably see, some cross screens, some cutters, try to get some guys moving to be able to get that easier post entry.
And the big thing is when they collapse, and they'll collapse three players on Thomas right away. It's who's going to be open and who's going to take the big shot.
Guys got to be ready. You have to be ready to shoot.
Darren Williams will inbounds with 42.3 seconds left, down one.
They got a little bit more shooting on the court. Ryan Everett checked in for Rocco. Be able to create a little bit more space.
Darren off the screen. Darren whips to Everett. Everett shoots from 15. It looks like it's going to be a foul on Murray.
Only the team's fourth. So they'll be able to set up pressure here.
25.7 seconds left. On the floor for the Raiders. Joe goes offense, defense here. Russell checks in for Everett, Sorber, Murray, Williams, Johnson.
Like this, put the big fella up on the ball, can't run the baseline on a dead ball spot.
Sorber with 4 fouls. They try and trap, foul by Russell.
That'll send Chamber to the line for 2.
I think this will be Chamberlain's first attempt from the line.
Ryan with still 1 timeout in their pocket. Regardless if Chamberlain makes 2 here, they don't need to go for a 3. Be able to attack the rim.
Chamberlain.
Pure on the first one.
His 9th point. Chamberlain double figures with 10. And these 2 very important. 23.5 seconds left. St. Joe Prep 55, Archbishop Ryan 52. Let me ask you this: the anatomy of that fourth quarter. Where does it start to break down a little bit there?
I thought a little bit Ryan got a little bit standstill on offense. I thought we lost a little bit of the off-ball movement, a little bit of the ball movement in general to be able to get that ball inside. A couple times tried to make that post entry, a couple key turnovers. Most notably, again, up 1, a little baseline drive. Rocco got a little bit out of control, tried to throw a pass across the lane. You'd like to see him maybe land on 2 there so that he can be able to pivot, find the open teammate when they collapse. But, still 25 seconds left, still an opportunity. Again, you have that timeout in your pocket. Don't need a 3 here. I'd expect the Prep to show a little bit of pressure here, try to make that clock run down a little bit more, to almost force Ryan into taking a 3.
Here's who comes out for the Raiders. It's Marabito, Sorber, Murray, Darren Williams, and Matt Johnson.
Here's that pressure from the Prep. I don't expect any sort of trap. Just make them walk the ball up the court. Try to bleed that clock a little bit. See him a little bit soft.
Ball goes in Williams' hands for 20 seconds. 18. 15 seconds. 11. 10 seconds. Williams. Good defense. Williams to Sorber. 5
And a
seconds.
turnover.
And a turnover. And St. Joe Prep Hawks can ice this game with free throws right here.
Got to tip your cap. Just a tremendous job of defensive ball pressure right there. Really kept Ryan out on the perimeter.
Stay with us after the final buzzer. We'll do a little recap. And again, I thank you so much for tuning in. And that's it. That'll just about do it. (56-52). 57-52. Thomas with 3 seconds. He's going to pull one up from half court, so that'll do it. And in an entertaining, but if you're an Archbishop Ryan fan, it's a tough one to swallow. There's a long season left. 57-52 Prep.
Certainly a tough pill to swallow for Ryan. A game that they were in control of, for about 27 minutes or so. But, you got to tip your cap to the Prep. Stuck with it, weathered some runs, and found a way to win. That's life in the Catholic League right there.
Jordan Ellerby with 19 points for Prep. Thomas Sorber with 22 and 4 blocks, but that was not enough. So they go 0-1 in the PCL. They go to 500 overall. And then they have Carroll on Friday night, and they get to right the ship, an opportunity to right the ship, I should say. But it's going to be tough going in this season. They knew it was going to be tough. No,
yeah, absolutely. And, you certainly hate to lose games, but, like you said, it's opening night, long season ahead, no time to panic. Hopefully it just hits that reset button. Right. Refocuses, and I'll tell you what, I would not want to be Archbishop Carroll on Friday night.
No, I didn't want to say that. I'm glad you did, but I agree. It's funny because I can, in the season there's going to be games that you drop.
Yeah, there's going to be things that happen.
And then somebody's going to do something to somebody. That's unpredictable. So you just have to maintain your own one. You just have to go one game at a time and go, hey, Friday night, we got to win. We got to win Friday night. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, the double-edged sword of this league is that it's any given night, pretty much, top to bottom. The depth of the league is unbelievable, and things like this happen, right? And you'd rather this happen opening night than down the stretch, right? Hopefully, there's a lot of season left. You learn from this. You've been in this spot, and hopefully you're able to clean some of those things up.
To recap real quick, one of the, I think a highlight for Archbishop Ryan was a play of Jaden Merrick.
No, absolutely. That's definitely a stepping stone for him and for the team at large, right? We talked a little bit about, an uncharacteristic night from Darren in terms of scoring the ball. To see Jaden kind of pick that up when they get Darren on his typical night, and when you're able to add those double-digit points, those rebounds that Jaden was able to, contribute tonight. If he continues to build on that, it might be able to add that tertiary option for, Ryan to be able to score the ball.
Prep comes up big on a night when one of their best shooters goes ice cold.
Yeah, absolutely gritty win for the Prep. If you would have told me that Gorman was going to go, 0 for 7, 0 for 8 from 3.
And they still win?
And they still win. I think, Coach Harrigan would take that. When one of your outside threats is a non-factor and you're still able to find a way to win, that's certainly something to hang your hat on.
Well, we're going to wrap this up. I want to thank Mags. I want to thank you very, very much. We got to get you back on.
Absolutely.
You're a natural, baby.
Anytime I'm around and I can make it over to Academy Road, I'd be happy to join.
I know you probably enjoy listening to Coach Mark Heimerdinger.
Yes.
Today he's fantastic, and we're going to get Joe Sinai on as well.
I love Joey.
We're going to get Joe on as well, and my main man, Coach Ryan Haney, who's Mr. Archbishop Ryan himself. So we're going to have him on. But we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to the live stream. Make sure to catch us on Friday night. If you can't make the game in person, please make sure you tune in. And on behalf of Mags, this is Ted Westervelt. And Ryan goes down on a tough one, 57-52 here at the Prep. Take care, have a great night, and remember, we are AR.